Hey, it's Domain Day from cheapwinefinder.com. And today I've got a little bit different than I usually do. At Cheap Wine Finder, we normally focus on one wine. Doesn't matter if it costs $4 or $40. But we treat them all equally, and we showcase that one wine. We give everyone the same reading, the same space. But today I've got 4 wines. And it's an interesting concept. I didn't go to a Zoom tasting. It was in my living room. But this is for Le Grand Verre. That is Verre, Le Grand, and means the big glass. And it's kind of an interesting concept. I left a link to their website in the cheapwinefinder.com review. And what they have is these 6.3 ounce glass bottles, double glass, they won't break, with a screw top. A typical pour, you go to a restaurant or whatever, is 5 ounces. So 6.3, you're looking for a single serve as a generous pour. And these are small batch estate French wines. These are the kind of wines that you'd go to a high-end wine shop to buy the bottle. And like I said, they sent this to me as part of a Zoom tasting, and it's $29.99 and under for these 4 bottles of these single serving, like they're test tubes. It looks like test tubes, and really interesting wines. And they curate. There's going to be a bunch of them. I think they're only on the East Coast right now. COVID slowed them down. They're trying to get in all the different markets, and they will be shortly. But you can go to you can either mail, or go online and get it, or by the fall you'll start seeing them in wine shops. Where this is a single serving wine that is upscale. Let me look at the first wine here. It's Domain. Look at this. It's from the Languedoc. It's from a smaller area in the Languedoc. It's organic. It's got a female winemaker, and a non-oaked Chardonnay from the same estate. The non-oaked Chardonnay was delicious. I thought it was possibly had some oak in it, and it didn't. It was just so much structure, and I think it was creamy. It must have been some batonnage and enlise. It's French, you got to use French terms. And it was a delicious Chardonnay for an unoaked Chardonnay. Sometimes, for value-priced ones, they're just kind of tart. They're not too in-depth. This one had some good body and good structure to it. And the rosé was a Syrah Grenache, kind of Rhone Valley type of thing. It was lean but had good flavor, and it was a nice rosé. I mean, if you're used to California, it's not that fluffy, sugary rosés that can happen. Doesn't always. Very French for rosé, but it's a solid boutique, delicious rosé. The third one, let me grab them here because I got them in the container, is from Chateau Val-d'Arnac, from the Bandol region of Provence. It's a sub-region in Provence, where all the south of France. This is kind of like the home place for rosé wines. And this is Mourvedre. Let me look at the bottle. Like I said, these are nice bottles. They'll fit into a purse. They're double glass, so they won't break, so you can put them into a ice bucket at a party. And this is 80% Mourvedre, 10% Grenache, 10% Cinsault, a typical Provence blend. And it's a beautiful Provence wine. It's lean, it's tight, it's fruity, it's a delicious wine. It's really kind of an interesting, solid estate, small batch of Provence. Again, you find those, the ones in our typical price range are a taste of Provence. They're not from a particular estate. They're from 15 different vineyards. This is one vineyard, one guy. He was talking about his wines. He turned his phone around and you can see the ocean from his vineyard. It's really kind of interesting. That's something you don't really see in box wines, single serving wines. You're getting a different type of wine. The fourth one is, let me grab that one, Chateau Verdun Cru. It's a Cru Bordeaux from the Hait-Medoc 2019. This is a classified cru wine. This is an expensive area. I mean, this is cru wines are expensive. This is a 2019, so it's drink it now. But it's not a wine that you're going to find in a single serving. It's a delicious wine. It's well made. It's 63% Cabernet. I think about what's the rest is Merlot, 37% Merlot. It's a classified cru vineyard from the Medoc, and it's in a single serving wine bottle. It has affordable wines, and you can go online and pick which ones you want. I mean, if you're someone who just wants a glass of wine after you put the kids to bed, or you're going to go to a movie and you can buy one glass of the smallest glass or paper cup of soft drink. You don't pour it in there. You pour yours in there. No one knows you're drinking a good wine at the movie theater or whatever. It sets you up you got 4 glasses of wine. If that's all you want, you got to get up and do stuff in the morning. It's a good pour. You're not going to want a second glass. Well, maybe you might want a second glass. But that's it. It's, let me say it again, Le Grand Verre, Verre. I put a link in the website, www.cheapwinefinder.com, because I like that. And it was kind of interesting wines. And these are not wines you get in single-serving wines. These are these are expensive boutique wines, small batch. These are interesting. So there you go. Keep it cheap. Stay cool. Stay hydrated, because the humidity is ridiculous outside, and I'll be talking to everybody in a couple of days. And keep it cheap.